So I made this box that's not a normal box. And yes, it is waterproof because we're keeping this thing outside year round.
Oh my gosh. It is bone dry. It worked.
This flexes down and it keeps all that water out. First, I went to Home Depot, picked up a couple of sheets of 8-foot by 4-foot siding, had them cut it down so I could fit it in my car and bring it home. For the base of the box, I'm using some siding cut to 16 inches deep and 64 inches wide, 4 pieces of 13-inch 2x4s, a 2x8 cut to 13 inches, and 2 64-inch pieces for the front and back. I use Gorilla Glue, construction adhesive, and screws to assemble everything together. The overall dimensions for this box is 64 inches wide, 16 inches deep, and 38 inches high. Now on all 4 corners of the box, I'm using 2x4s cut to 33 inches and mounted with pocket holes. On the top of the frame, I mounted 2 64-inch 2x2s and 2 13-inch 2x4s for the sides. And for the main support for our TV mount, a 2x8 cut to 33 inches mounted in the center of the box. I used construction adhesive to mount the back and sides, and I know I flipped this one upside down and screwed up my lines. Don't at me. The top is a piece of siding cut 16 by 64 inches with a 2x2 frame that's inset 2 inches inside that border. And for the doors, I have 2 pieces cut 38 inches by 32 inches and used some leftover siding to cut 2-inch strips that I then glued and nailed to the outside edges of the doors to make the doors thick enough so that I could add door hinges without the screws going all the way through. I then sealed up everything with an exterior sealant, painted everything inside and out, added casters, hung the doors with exterior door hinges, and then cut some scrap blocks that I could then use mounted to the back of the 2x8 as some standoffs so I could mount the lift exactly where it needed to be, centered up inside the box. Next, to power the TV, I added a waterproof AC port in the back, and then used marine grade weatherproofing strips all the way around the top and the doors. Now I'm in the part of the build where I start testing everything out and quickly realize that the 4 screw holes that are on the top mounting bracket are not going to be enough for this size of a lid. So I drilled more holes into that bracket, mounted the TV, and then went back and mounted the bracket to the top of the lid, then mounted the lid itself to the mount. That was the easiest way to do it because the lid covers the entire box and keeps it watertight. And even though we love using a projector, we can only use it at night. This gives us the flexibility to watch TV whenever and wherever we want to in our backyard space. If you have any questions about this build, let us know in the comments. And as always, you guys have a good one.